is a complete number. We multiply 9 with anything, it becomes 9 ultimately. So remember, whenever you try to do something, it should be 9. You reach towards completeness. When you are attaining 9, you are reaching completeness. This is a beat. This is 108. That means 8 plus 1. It is 9. What we have been doing whenever we are worshipping, we are going place like this, we always keep this in hand. Believe that there is a power with me, not to impress you, not to impress you with my speech, but to share with you what I am talking for the humanity, for helping the other, for the other welfare. And therefore, every day when we do a puja, worship every day morning, we do it 100 times to remember a particular God by this. We say, for example, today is Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes. So it is a day of, in Indian religion, it is a day of Hanumanji. Hanuman is one of the very powerful humans who used to be at the time of Satya. So, we remember on the Tuesday that powerful man to give us, empower us, and what we have been saying, Anjani putra vidmahe pavan kumaraya dhimahi tanno hanumate prachodaya. Anjani putra vidmahe pavan kumaraya dhimahi tanno hanumate prachodaya. Anjani putra vidmahe pavan kumaraya dhimahi tanno hanumate prachodaya. We will do it 108 times, making it complete. Now, would have a question, what will happen if I take 108 times? Yes. My question is, have you seen when you close this button, the light will be off, right? It will be dark. And on it, the bulb will go off. Have you seen electricity? No, but you have seen in the form of the bulb. Have you seen the current flowing? No, no one of us. No one of us. Exactly. That is the kind of power that you have. It inflows in. When you take the God name, the product will come in a different way, the speech I have given you. That is a product of this. It's a product of, when you remember the God, nobody has seen the God. It's the inner power that you get. As I said, is an example where the electricity you see in the form of AC running, you feel cold, then the light that in the form, but you have not seen current. You haven't seen current, but there is a current, and then there is a power which cannot be seen. Therefore, as I said, we have been doing and we have been wearing. I hope professor and both professor must be using the same. And these are the beads of one of the tree in the Himalayas. It is one of the tree called Rudraksha. This is called a tree Rudraksha. It's a seed, and it is called again complete, because a tree is complete. You know, the completeness is one thing which in Indian religion is very, very important. And then we express this completeness by the number, and number is a 9. And in most of the cases, our 9 number is the most important. Why? Because it's a complete. Look into yourself. Everyone, you will find the 9 is the most important number. You will certainly find. When you will go to this 9, 9, 9, 9, you will know it. Therefore, this is the bead which we have been using, and when we have this, we believe that everybody must be complete. The one who is deprived is also be complete. The one who is a complete, so to share it with to make others complete. So that's one their philosophy.
Can I make one more comment about the Rudraksha?
Yeah.
When Anil Joshi was here about 18 months ago,
yes, they I can.
He gave me one of these beads from the Himalayas.
Me too.
And me too. And he said, this is very special because this string of beads has been with me through the Char Dham Yatra.
Yeah.
So it has been to the 4 temples, the 4 tributaries of the Ganges. And I took it with great pleasure and used it in my Christian devotions. And it was interesting that a year later, just 1 year later, I was boarding a plane to go to India to do the Char Dham Yatra. So you follow your prayers.
You see, God is, it is up to you to decide what the God is. You don't want God, don't value God, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But it matters if you want it. It matters a lot when you want it. It helps you a lot when you want it. If you don't want it, it's alright. Doesn't matter. But if you want it, it matters a lot to you. You'll find that there is a power in you. And you will suddenly find when you will be praying, doing your works, and remembering the God, many good deeds will happen, and you will be more pious, more good, and that is that inner power. I don't know whether you know the meditation, yogas, you must have heard these words. What is this all? It is ultimately the product of the God. How to lead a life. You may be very rich. Now remember, just have to tell you that. You may become a very important man in the world, and suddenly you find that you have a very, very threatening disease. Frightening disease. So whole world becomes black to you. Where your richness goes to. Here, the God helps you. That's our philosophy. And the God will only help you when you want to become a rich for yourself. You will be victim at the end. But when you want to become rich for all, then there is a God always with you. That's our philosophy. That says.
There was a hand raised. I want to make one more point. There's another term that Anil Joshi used, the word puja, P-O-O-J-A. How many of you have heard that word? It did occur in the film, but it went by very fast. Puja simply means worship. And it's interesting that in India, well, let me take a comparison. I'm not a Catholic, but I visit Catholic churches from time to time, and I observe that in a Catholic church, at the time that communion is about to begin, the ushers bring the bread and wine from the back of the church. It comes to the front of the church, the altar. The priest will say prayers over it and consecrate it, and then distribute it to the people. Now, it's really interesting to me because I've also been to Hindu temples and observed something very similar. But there, the family brings a tray with perhaps an apple, perhaps a coconut, some sweets, some incense, and they bring it and give it to the priest at the temple. The priest will take that coconut and crack it on the altar, and then take some of it, and then give the rest of it back to the people, and it is a communion meal with the deity. They're doing the same thing that Christians are doing. They're just doing it with different elements and doing it in a different way. I find that extremely engaging, extremely interesting. There's a couple of other hands raised over here.
I really find a lot of similarities in the basic structure of Hinduism, but I really can't connect on the reincarnation part for some reason. Like, I feel like, at least to me, like, the journey of life kind of will repeat itself. If you don't understand everything in this life, like, you may eventually figure it out as you go. But I can't imagine just somebody just going back to Earth and doing it again. Like, for some reason, I don't quite, maybe I'm just not understanding.
How does reincarnation relate to like Christianity?
No,
Like,
not just Christianity, but just in general. Like, if you believe that.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
You're asking why is there reincarnation? Why do people believe in
that
reincarnation?
philosophy?
Yeah, like how can you I just can't.
I can respond to her if you let me.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, the answer to that